Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Just for Fun, and thank you for tuning in. As I say, I just want to discuss a couple of things from my previous videos people have asked questions about before I start my project. I am going to be building another piston, and I'm trying to do without the lathe, if you understand. So this video I'm going to try very much to do without the lathe or anything else if I can help it, so that people who haven't got these things can actually build this kind of stuff. But I think I might have to use a drill press, because I do need something like that to be a little bit accurate than just using the hand drill, etc. Okay, so let's get on with it today. We're going to talk about one of the pistons that I used, and people have asked me questions like, what's that green thing there? So I'm going to explain today what that is. So first of all, this is the engine we're talking about, which I built a little while ago, and the piston was made out of some kind of putty. And people have said, what's that you use? I need to know what that material is. Well, basically, it was given to me by my mate, and it was a very old thing he had, and that's gone now. But he gave me another one, and this is called Loctite Repair Express. I'll show it to you. It's Loctite Repair Express. Now, if you buy something like this, I think it should work. I haven't tried this one, by the way, but I've got a good mind to try it one of the times and see how this fares. But I think this will work the same thing as what I use on this piston. So that answers that question. The next one here is this engine, and somebody asked me if I had the diagrams for this. No, I haven't got the diagrams. Initially when I bought it, which was around about 2011, somewhere like that, this engine, I didn't make it. I didn't understand the concept of things, and I mashed everything up. So I messed up all these things, as you can see. All this came right along here, messed it all up and everything. So what happened is I learned the concept of this. So now that I've learned it, I fiddled it and put it together, and this did work in one of my videos. So I mean, it still works. Oops. So it still works at the moment. So what I'm going to say to you is, don't worry if you haven't got the diagrams. There are plenty of YouTubers out there that can show you how this works and how you can put it together. And I had to figure it out myself, and I finally made it. But what I did is, I've got this one. And the reason for building this for me is because to understand the concept of how this works. It's not really a rocket science, to be honest with you, but it did work, and it's working nicely. So understanding this concept and where the holes go and everything else, I realized that you don't really need a map. I mean, instructions for these things. You can actually build or make one yourself. Your own design. So that brings me to today's project. Now I wanted to build, like I said, I want to build another piston without using this putty, if I can help it. So I asked my brother if he had anything in his workplace, so he's given me some brass rods and stuff like that. So there is this copper pipe, and this goes in there, but it's still loose. It's got a lot of play in it, so I will lose a lot of steam. But I could easily build a piston out of this one. But I got this tube. I'll still do it for a minute. I got this tube, which was up to there. I cut it up now because I've already started on my piston, and the brass rod goes in nicely there as well. So I'm going to use this tube with this brass rod to make the piston. Okay, so once I've done that, this will also lose a lot of steam. And like I said, I'm going to have to use a drill press, because I do need to use drill press, but I'm not going to use machining stuff, a lathe and stuff like that, if I can help it. And let's see how we do this. I have got this metal here, which I found. It's a soft iron, I think it is. So I'm going to use this for the piston as well. So that's the concept of it. I'm going to use that for that, and this I'm going to use this for that, and the piston rod will be used for this. And just watch along, it'll be fine, and hope you enjoy this program. Okay guys, so I'm here at my brother's workplace, and what I showed you just earlier, I made a little thing out of brass to go at the end of this to block this piston off there. I don't know if you can see it, but that's what it will look like. So the next step now is I've got this piece of mild steel or something, so I've just took the covering off there. What I'm going to do is put this piston on there, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is mark where the first hole goes in this steel, which is the hole that will go to push the steam in, okay? And then the second hole I'm going to mark along there to actually use for the screw, hold the screw so it pivots on it, okay? So what I'm going to do also is when I drill the hole there for the screw around the middle-ish there, I'm going to countersink it, so I'll push the screw right through, and I'll get somebody to solder this for me at the solder which is high temperature, and then we've got some piston made there. Okay guys, so I've measured this tube up, and it's on the outside is 12mm and inside is 10 mil, okay? So what I've got this here is about 9 point something mil, right, which is no good really. It's very, very loose, and I was going to do it anyway, but thought what the heck, I'll try it. But further than that, I found a bit of steel here which is 10 mil, which just about fits in lovely. Then same place I found some round stuff, so I cut these up and drilled a hole in them both, so that's good. So that's on the one side, that's on the other side, and that's what I'm going to use. Now if you obviously haven't got these things, you just make something like this, and even a square one is fine, because you can get the center of the square and use it as a square. It doesn't matter, whichever way, whatever material you have, just use it. So here we go. Hi everyone, I thought I'd take some time out to explain a little bit what I've done up till now. This is a copper tube which I bought some time ago. It's 4mm from a hobby shop, and I thought I'd use that as a bearing, to be honest with you. So I did, and this particular thing I found at my brother's factory, which fits nicely into the bush. So yeah, you can get things bought if you want, and they fit nicely. You don't have to use this size, you can use whatever size you'd like. When you push this through there, when you push that through there, if the piston goes into there, as it were, like something like this, right, which I haven't drilled a hole yet, if the piston goes through there, the rod is not going to be very good, okay? Now I could bend the rod and come out like that if I wanted to, but the piston's not going to go there. It was going to go pretty low, so it wasn't much of a bend I could do. So what I decided to do, either I can extend this, because I've got another piece I can cut out, extend this, or I just put something else on top like this. And I prefer to put this on top because I think I got more flexibility with this on top. As you know, I'm making this up as I go along, by the way, guys, and there's no drawings or plans, as you know. So then if I put this here, guys, listen to this now, and this goes into there, the piston goes into there now, okay? Then sorry, this goes into there, and then the piston goes into there. So that's nicely coming down there to hook onto this and put this in. The other thing, guys, is when I do this this thing here, this will be bolted down, by the way. The other thing I'm going to do is, obviously the main very important thing is to find in the holes where this goes. So I drilled a hole out, by the way. So finding the hole where this goes, and that's the most important thing, because if you get them wrong, your engine is not going to work. I'm going to stick something in there, and I'll probably put some sellotape and paper there. So when that is in position, the position this has to be in, guys, is, let me show you. So the piston will be here like this. Position has to be here like this, and I have to mark it there to make the hole there. And then the piston has to be on this side here to mark it there, make the hole there. So that's how I'll find my two holes. When the piston is on this side and this side, that's how I'll find my two holes to go in there. And those holes need to be pretty accurate. Once I drill the holes, and once I put this up and then I drill the holes, I'll see if it works after that. Okay guys, so this is done now, and I've got it working on air at the moment, so let's see what happens here. This is the pump, by the way. So, as you can see, it's working nicely on air.